What is going on, everybody? It's Alex at WNC Angling Adventures coming at you again with our second installment of our high elevation reservoir series. We are out here once again in the middle of nowhere on a nice, very kayakable size reservoir today, and we are going to be in pursuit of smallmouth bass and largemouth bass. Fished this, it's probably been the better part of 2 months ago, and the water was still too cold, so we're gonna come up here, hopefully get on some fish, hopefully stay away from the crowds even though it is a Friday. We're gonna go up here, we're gonna fish some rocks, we're gonna fish some points, and then we're gonna fish some shallow stuff to see if any largemouth are pushing up in that stuff too in their pre-spawn era. So we're gonna put her on around, hopefully get on some fish, hopefully get on some decent fish. We are going to be throwing really basic stuff today. We've got a hair jig on one rod, we've got a drop shot on another, and then we've got a mag draft if we decide we want to go big or go home. So we've got a couple of different options. This is hopefully not going to become another springtime crankbait and chatterbait video that are flooding YouTube right now. We're going to try to keep things really simple and see if we can get on some fish today. So stay tuned. Alrighty, so we are going to start up here at the dam side because the spot I was going to go to first is already a boat cruising around too, so I'll give them their space. And we're going to start kind of at this little, I guess more or less of a flat, and then we're going to cruise around and fish some of these rocks over here. I think I'm going to start with this hair jig because it's just it's my go-to for smallmouth this time of the year, and I think this is about the perfect color for a day like today. But we've also got some black ones just in case I'm wrong. It's a good first cast to get that out of the system, and we're going to see if we can get on some fish here. All right, first fish on, and it's a largemouth. Largemouth on the drop shots, and he inhaled the old fuzzy dice. He did inhale the fuzzy dice. I need some pliers for you, sir. It's not a mega, but it gets us on the board. It gets us on the board, and for that we are grateful. It ain't, you know, gotta start somewhere. On you go. We may end up drinking some of the fuzzy dice Kool-Aid today. Another one. A little bigger. Eye come off. A little bigger. On the old DS. Alright, we'll definitely eat this when I can throw it. Another one. I'm not sure what we're dealing with size-wise. They're about the same. The trout, might be trout. Might be trout. That's best. That's a largemouth. Hey. A little better. Still not a mega. But another one on the dice. We'll take it. Fun. We're having fun. So largemouth like the dice. Alex likes whatever the largemouth like. Alright, so I fished that dam side a little bit. Fished a big bluff wall. Really didn't get a whole lot more to show for it. So now we are traversing to the other side of the lake, and we're going to try some of these shallower ditches. We've got a couple of points here I want to try. some good rock over there too. So we've got a lot of stuff I want to work. I'm gonna probably go up here to where the creek dumps in and fish my way out. And we'll see what we can do. Hopefully we can get some more fish on the board and maybe something a little bit bigger. We got us something. I think it's an LMB. Yeah, hold still. Yeah, little LMB feller off of this bluffy stuff. Not gonna break any records, but enough to keep things interesting. The drop shot has definitely been the producer so far, which isn't probably not a surprise to anybody. When it's calm enough, it produces. It's hard to pass up some of this bluffy rock because it's just about any time of the year the perfect kind of cover. I guess you can call me a believer in the fuzzy dice because it's worked, by God. Well, I suppose we can cross another species off the list. Although admittedly, not the species we were after. It's not a terrible trout though. You can't get away from them around here. Yeah. There he is. If they'd put as much effort into eradicating spotted bass as they would into just dumping a different kind of invasive species into these lakes, then they'd probably be pretty unreal. But since it's probably going to be mostly trout back in here, I'm going to press on back out towards the main lake a little bit. I got trout slime all over me now. Press on back out towards the main lake. We might fish some more bluffy walls and stuff like that. Alright, we are, that was probably going to be the last point of the day. Not really the most eventful day. Really, I was hoping for these fish to be eating a little bit more than just a drop shot, but they weren't. And that's just the way it is sometimes. Found out that the old fuzzy dice does indeed work. Well, we switched to the drop shot, and what do you know? We fixed our rig. We got us another little puppy dog. Little puppy dog. Yes, shit, brother. It's just an LMB kind of day. Not very big. Nothing crazy, but fish. Fish. Which might end up being the one we end on. But I'm gonna make a couple more casts just in case he's got friends out there. Alrighty, y'all, that is gonna do it for me today. It's turned into a little bit more of a drop shot fuzzy dice video than I planned on it becoming. But that's about the fish in the boat today, so I cannot complain. But this has been episode 2 of our Highland Reservoir series. Stay tuned for the next one. There's a whole chain of lakes here that I'm going to be picking apart. So we've got plenty more on the agenda. I think we're also going to start doing some bigger lakes and probably some river stuff too, as long as it keeps on warming up. So we're gonna have a couple of different little mini series going on. But also, you know, if you're interested in coming out here and trying something like this for yourself, check us out online at WNCanglingAdventures.com. The fishing is just going to keep getting better as the weather keeps on warming up, and the pre-spawn is going to end up being some of the most fun fishing of the year. So definitely check us out. Like, follow, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and until next time, we will see you.